Hey guys, welcome to a new video in the series, The First Few Minutes. This is where I take a look at the first few minutes of a new customer journey on SaaS apps, SaaS products. Today I'm going to be looking at Swipewell, build a swipe file you can actually use. This is actually a Chrome extension. I hadn't realized that. So I actually started this video on Firefox and then had to stop and change over. It's actually kind of closed at the moment. You have to get on the wait list, but it's actually something that interests me anyway, because I want to start collecting examples of great UX that I can refer to later and refer clients to later and use in tutorials and things like that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and register. And as you can see here, I should probably mention, they actually gave me the register list so I could do this review. So there we go, but it's not going to be open to you guys at the moment. But anyway, so very simple options at the moment. Just log in, email, password, which is great, or use the Google to sign up, Google Auth. I'm always going to sign up with Google if I get given the chance, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. And as I actually just did this on Firefox, I'm already logged in. So here we go. Okay, so start building your swipe file. Upload your favorite marketing examples to get started. New swipe or download the Chrome extension. So there's an option to do both. I understand obviously what it means to download the Chrome extension, but I don't know what creating a new swipe is. If it gives you the option of both of those things, how is one different to the other? For example, I wasn't in Chrome when I started recording this video. I was actually in Firefox. So could I have bypassed this whole Chrome thing and just gone with a new swipe? Let's find out. Okay, new swipe. Upload an image or drag and drop. Title. Okay, so let's go with first samples. Okay, so I'm going to download this image here to the desktop and upload or drag and drop, which is great. Give you both options. Okay, so this is a new swipe. Title, really good UX examples. Okay, UX examples, source URL, actually. Okay, so source URL for whatever reason. So type to create a tag, UX examples. That's really nice. That's really nice, just being able to click in there and start typing. One thing here though, because I've already saved these UX examples into the system, there's no sort of drop down preview or anything like that of tags that I do have. So do I need to type each time? Can I not just see tags I have and then click and select? I'm guessing this is going to appear now as oh no, it doesn't. UX examples. So because it says to create, so I'm creating it. So let me see if I create it again. Okay, that was with a different cap. So let me try again. Same cap and see what happens. Okay, tag UX examples already exists. Okay, well that's good to know it exists, but as it is already saved to the system, I would presume that, you know, I would be able to see the tags I've added and quickly select one, or maybe even search for the ones I've already added, you know. So, okay, collections, type to create a collection, UX, I don't know, first thing that came to mind, UX layouts. It's nice as well that you can just add this by clicking enter. We all want to be as quick as possible, and notes, first image saved. Okay. Saving. Okay, great. Success message up there. I can see my swipe file here, and then the option to new swipe. Okay, so I'm guessing this is home for me now. Yes. So the one thing I would suggest straight away is when you give the option to create a new swipe or to use the Chrome extension, obviously it's awesome to be able to do both of those things, because I'm obviously adding the Chrome extension. I'll do that quickly. It's going to save me all that manual work. I could have just gone to the image, I imagine, and done that. So let's have a look. Oh no,
Are you a Web3?
that's a YouTube. So let's have a look. Swipewell. Hang on. Swipewell. Login via Swipewell. Okay. Be nice if that looked a bit more like something that I should be clicking on. I know that the cursor is changing there, but with just the plain text like that, to be honest, I actually missed it the first time. So you're all set. Swipe any website with a single click using the Chrome extension. You can close this page or continue to the app. Okay, so let me pin. There we go. So Swipewell now has access to this site, swiping this page. So I'm guessing it's going to take every single example here, which is probably not a great example, but okay, wow, fantastic. So it took all of that in. Let's have a look. We can edit this, add the tags, the collection. Oh, see, now I've created it. Now I can see those tags I created. Okay, so I'm guessing it wasn't until I'd actually saved the entire swipe file that the system was able to save those tags. Okay, which is awesome. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you could bring that in earlier, but I understand why that's worked the way it has. And again, okay, saving. Okay, so obviously there's a huge amount. It's not typically something you would do, perhaps. So if I go to collections now, obviously there, that made me doubt a little bit because I was in collections. As I'm just going through this quickly, I'd actually forgotten I added this swipe to my UX layouts collection as well. I can see here, actually now I look, there's 2 swipes in there. I would definitely look at a way of making this just a little clearer, that there are 2 swipes in there, make that stand out a bit. Maybe even some kind of, what's the word, notification count sort of icon or something like that we're used to seeing on mobiles, or, you know, you have this many messages, you have this many, you know, there's things that typically can be switched off if they become too annoying. But something here, I definitely want to pull that out and show me how many swipes are in there, because at the moment it's very minimum. It's great to be able to edit that. So let's have a look. UX layouts, swipes. Okay, so I can see here that I only have 2 swipes in there, obviously because I've literally just started this account, and I'm guessing I can delete those. But it's great that I can see them in a list, but you've got the drop down menu here where it actually says no options, which is, I gather that they are, what I see here is what should be displayed in this drop down. I'm not sure which is the best method there, to actually have it in a drop down or to have them all visible. Perhaps if you have, you know, hundreds of samples in there, it might get a bit messy. Possibly on display, but definitely with a search. I imagine once there are people in here who are collecting huge data samples, huge amounts of data, I should say, that will become tricky, searching through to the ones that I possibly might want to delete. I'm presuming as well that the other option is I can click through and see them all, have a visual representation and see that. Because another thing here is that obviously this is a very small modal. Perhaps if it was just made a little bit bigger, you could actually give a very small thumbnail of that particular swipe file. And if you're anything like me, something visual, I'm instantly going to get which one it is, and I can just delete it from there. So if I go ahead and click on one of these, is it going to... Nope, it automatically goes. Okay, at the moment, because there is no visual, I'm only going by the title I've given it. I'm just thinking now, because the collection is called UX Layouts and the tags were UX Samples. So what am I deleting here? Am I deleting the file or am I deleting the tags? Now it's loading. Okay. Okay, so there's a bit funky, something funky going on here. When I click on the swipes now, the only existing example is now loaded and I get that visual. Fantastic. And I'm guessing also that this is a search, which I hadn't clicked on before. I didn't see this flashing to indicate searchable. So obviously there's not a lot I can search at the moment anyway, but okay. So you can see that this swipe is called UX examples, but the actual search option isn't working for that. So yeah, I think there's a vague idea and concept here, but it's definitely something that needs to be refined. Okay, so I've saved that and this has gone back down to one swipe, which is great. Let me click back into this. So it would seem that it was the tag that I deleted. Let's do this again. I'm actually a little confused because if we look at the tag is written differently. It's capital UX and then examples. The collection is called layouts. UX samples. I don't even remember if that was the name I gave it. It must have been. And I think perhaps they were probably both named UX samples. Okay, so that was where the confusion lies. So there's definitely something here that needs to be refined because to a certain extent this is my own error and this is user error, but something needs to be made a lot clearer. And also this wasn't visible when there was more than one file, so I'm guessing that's a bug or just something that needs to be ironed out at the moment. Okay, let's create another collection because I want to see how this works. UI examples swipes. Don't have any swipes at the moment. Does that mean I can add a swipe from another file? See, this has been deleted, this other one from Google. This has been deleted, so I don't think this should be here anymore. Unless there's some kind of archive system, in which case that should be made clear to me. Do you want to archive this? You know, just basically get it out of this collection, save it for later, save it somewhere else. So let's try taking this one that I know does exist and adding save. I presume that's what I'm doing, and if that is what I'm doing, then give me some kind of positive feedback here, a check mark or something. At the moment, we only have this delete thing going on, which also doesn't have a feedback. It doesn't have a safety trigger on, so that just deleted it for me straight away. So it would be great if you get some kind of verification. Are you sure you want to delete this file? And then maybe even there you can show a proper thumbnail of it, so you know it's like, oh no, I don't want to delete that one. So let's save this and see what happens. Okay. Okay, yeah, so there's something weird going on with what's been deleted, what hasn't been deleted. But if we go back to collections now, I can see I have two collections, which is what I wanted because now I want to search. Fantastic, that just comes straight up. And I think this has probably come up as well because, yeah, I got UX in the title. That's nice. That was I know I don't have any data. I don't have barely any data in there, but that's very quick. Nice to be able to delete the search item from there as well, which you wouldn't believe how often that is forgotten about. Okay, so that's really nice. That's a really nice, simple procedure to get these swipe files in here. Filter. Okay. Again, I'm guessing I can filter by tags. I've just added a tag, haven't I? UX samples. I know that's already there, but I don't have enough. Okay, so I'm filtering by tags. So am I adding these tags? It's a little confusing because I know these two tags are in the system already. I put them there. These new ones, not sure why they're a different color scheme, each one of those new ones, and I'm not sure why they're being shown here, because what I am trying to do as a user is search for the tags, existing tags I have, and obviously have those reflected in the filtering. So yeah, so that's a little bit strange for me. Okay, what have we got down here? So we've got accounts. And again, this is enclosed kind of, I don't even know if it's in beta at the moment, but it's definitely closed to the public. So I'm guessing a lot of this will change as they pad it out a bit, or beef it out. So general password, update your password, email swipes, forward emails to your unique address below to automatically swipe them. Wow, that is nice. That's really nice. I'm not going to try that now, but that's nice. In fact, I might even make a bit more of a thing about that. Yeah, especially when you're on mobile or something, and it's not obviously not practical to be using a web app. A full-scale web app, something like this might be really nice. So it might actually be useful to make a bit more of that, maybe even his own thing on the sidebar, you know. Okay, so manage tags. See, so I did add those when I was filtering. I did add those tags, and I wasn't adding tags, I was filtering by. So that's something that needs to be looked at as well. We're not creating tags, we're filtering by. So we shouldn't be adding anything when we're simply filtering something. Tag deleted, edit tags. Okay, nice inline editing. Again, very nice. So what have we got down here? I don't know what we've got. Change log, because I can see it in the text that eventually pops up. Anyway, so let's go. Change log. Okay, latest changes. Email swipes, Chrome extension, and hey there. Okay. We've got what I presume is help. Okay, great. Corey and Connor on help, on crisp. And oh, okay, that takes you to it was the sign out icon. Okay. Do you know what? I always get fooled by the automatic logout, and you'd think after all these years I would know that it's not going to ask me, are you sure you want to log out? Every single time. And I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if there are apps that still do this, where you say, do you want to log out? Is it even a big deal? I'm not sure. But every time I get fooled. And one of the ways is, and you could say this is just complete blind, and maybe this is complete user error. Because I was just looking at the functions of these, and maybe that might not be a typical new user journey case. It may well be as well. But just clicking on icons and clicking around and seeing what's available is how we discover things. And I just clicked on that then without even, it didn't even process. And of course it took me away and logged me out. So it shows me error up in the top left because it hasn't signed me. It has signed me out, but it hasn't thrown me out the door. Again, I'm sure that's something that they're probably going to work on. But of course, if you are logged out, because if I try and do anything now, it's probably going to tell me, no, you can't do that. So let's try. There we go. So yeah, I mean, the app is really nice and simple to use. I was pleasantly surprised. It was actually, especially when you do get the Chrome extension, because I don't use Chrome. I try and avoid it. But the manual process was easy enough. The Chrome extension was even easier. Add a Firefox one, guys. You make me very happy. And yeah, I think just some of those kind of smaller inconsistencies and sort of perhaps a lack of. It's a very simple app to use, and I'm thankful for that. I really am. But perhaps a little bit of guidance as well on that first initial screen of like, well, what is the difference between the manual and the extension? Because now we know, now I know, but going from manual to automatic is amazing, and that's great. But just if we could explain that in a bit more detail, that would really help me out to decide, well, actually, no, I do want the Chrome extension because it's going to save me so much time. But that's really nice. Oh, one thing there, like I didn't even notice. The logo takes you to the landing page. If I'm signed into your app, I don't want to go to your landing page. I'm not interested. You know, you've already sold me on that. So you could almost either remove that function or maybe oftentimes we are very used to seeing our own face up here in the avatar. So maybe you could use the account, move the account details up there, because obviously at the moment you don't have any profile stuff, so to speak, with images and avatars and profile images and all that stuff. But perhaps when you get a bit further, that would be a good place to do it, and you can move the account up here. Because taking me back to your website once you've already sold me on it, it's a waste, and it just takes me away when I don't want to go away. So really impressed with that. I think Swipewell is going to be very interesting for many people out there, not just marketers, people like myself as well. I could definitely see myself using this, no problem. Fantastic. Keep an eye on this one and go and check it out. Cheers, guys.